One thing about riding Route 66, when you're in between the main cities, especially Barstow, I'm east of Barstow. When you're in between these main cities, these trains get very, very long. Apparently, they're regulated when they're going through inner city areas where they break up the train. They're not as long, but when they're traveling in between, like Barstow's behind me, but that's not why I stopped. This is something I've been wanting to do in a long time, because I have not seen any YouTuber do this regarding Route 66. So what I'm showing you, so you saw the trains to my right. There's Interstate 40 off in the distance, okay? That's Interstate 40. Behind me to the eastbound is Newberry Springs. By the way, Newberry Springs gas right now is about $6 a gallon. You go about 30 miles down the road to Ludlow, that jumps up to $7 a gallon. So once you leave Newberry Springs, you kind of zigzag a little bit. You come on this road, because what Route 66, it hops back and forth and straddles the I-40. If you kept going down this road, you're going to end up going right into Barstow Marine Corps Depot, or Barstow something. It's a Marine Corps station. They call it a depot, and it's in Barstow, and it's straight in front of me. Now back, Grapes of Wrath, migration, that Barstow Marine Corps station was not there. So you would actually drive on that same pavement and go through. Now the Marine Corps station blocks it, and then you got to jaunt to the left, jump on the 40 and get back off. If in fact that Marine Corps gate was open, you'd be able to do it. That I'm retired, I was actually do that little portion of Route 66. Now the Marine Corps station is not going to call it Route 66, although they have a Route 66 cafe in there. So now I was screaming to get over the train. Let me tell you why I'm here. The structure in front of you, in front of us, in front of me, that is a historic, that is an old, very old California agricultural checkpoint. They're all over the place. They were going on since the 20s, I believe. And what had happened was, in the state of California, prior to the 30s, there was an outbreak of Mediterranean fruit fly, I believe it was. So what they did is that all the major routes coming into California will have a checkpoint. Now, when I get back on the freeway, I'll probably have to go through, actually I did. I went through one outside of Needles, the current one's outside of Needles. Well, this one on Route 66, and I don't think there's any plaques or anything that says it, but this was the original location in the scene from Grapes of Wrath. When the Joad family comes into California, they come into California, and the grandmother had passed away at that point, and she's dead in the back of the cab. Now it's in the book that was written in 1938, or the movie with Henry Fonda in 1939. But this is the location where they came to. Now the structure itself has dramatically changed since they made the movie in 1939. I'm not sure when this closed. If Route 66 starts being deregulated in the 80s or the 70s, I could imagine they opened up that other one that's on the Interstate 40 outside of Needles, and that's the one that's used now. And they just walked away from this. But in the scene, the grandmother passed away in in Arizona, and they play it off like she's sick. And they're checking her out because they don't want any fruit flies, they don't want any illnesses. This was also when they were checking for it, they were calling the handbills, meaning that the immigration from the Dust Bowl people, they had promissory notes to work. So they were coming in here, they were coming into California with as viable migrant workers to work the crops, the agricultural crops. So in that scene, or in the book or in the scene, you'll hear them ask about a handbill, where are you working, where are you going? They were scrutinizing everybody coming into California to make sure they weren't bringing any diseased food, polluted food, or anybody was sick. So they passed off Mama Joad as being ill, not really, not dead. And in it, I gotta make sure the other video cut off because I hit the stupid button. But they told the inspectors that, and they say, well, the nearest doctor is 30 miles down the road in Barstow. So that's in fact where I'm at. I'm 30 miles from Barstow. So if you're traveling on Route 66, and Route 66 to me, I really affiliated a lot with Grapes of Wrath. If anyone's wondering, the title Grapes of Wrath, Steinbeck's wife came up with that title, and she took it from the battle hymn of the Republic. For my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He has stamped out the vestige where the grapes of wrath are stored. So for some reason she extracted that phrase out of the battle hymn of the Republic, hence it gets its name to the book, Grapes of Wrath. I don't know, you can, if there's any philosophical people out there or know better than I, put in the comment section, tell me what you may or may not know of why Steinbeck's wife chose that as the title of his book. But there's no markers here. People drive by it all the time. I guarantee you, the majority of people, I was gonna say 90%, the majority of people that drive past this, doing Route 66, they have no idea what the structure is or the significance. They have no idea probably that it was an agricultural checkpoint for the Route 66 days, nor was it the location of the Jode family. There's a sign here. I don't know what it says. It's on the ground. Oh, stop, S-T-O-P. So there's no signs that say it was a historic agricultural checkpoint. There's nothing that mentions it being from the Grapes of Wrath. And if you watch the Grapes of Wrath, you look at it and say, that looks nothing like what was in the movie. Of course not. What you're seeing in the movie was 1939. This thing shuts down probably around the 1970s at some point, so of course they're going to have technological upgrades. I wasn't really planning on stopping again. I'm trying to get back down to Riverside. I got plenty of gas. I'm within an hour and a half of home. But this is someplace that, even though I just said what I did, I've never stopped at. I've never done a YouTube video, but I thought, you know something, I'm going to do it this time. There's been quite a few places I already went by. I passed by the Baghdad Cafe. You can see that all day on YouTube videos. I'm going to go through Hellendale, so I'm going to go through past the Bottle Tree Ranch. Look that up. I doubt I'm going to stop there. I'm tempted to stop at the Victorville Museum, but then again, I probably won't do that either. But I'm going to send this one out. I'm glad I did make the stop because, like I said, I always associate Route 66 with the Grapes of Wrath and the history behind all that. All right, everybody, like, subscribe. If you're a motorcyclist, get out there and ride. Or whatever your passion is, like I said before. If you didn't do it yesterday, don't wait for tomorrow. Get her done today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.